Dr. Paul Stott is Head of Security and Extremism at the Policy Exchange think tank. What do you think on this one, Doctor? Good morning.
Good morning, Nick. I think there's a danger here of using a sledgehammer to crack a nut and giving the protesters a propaganda victory that frankly they don't deserve. The criminal justice system's had a bad couple of years. It hasn't reacted very well to these protesters. But when we looked at this at Policy Exchange in a recent report, what we found really was that the police are being badly advised by the College of Policing. There was also lack of mojo in the authorities. And there was also a problem with human rights law, and a particular ruling, the Ziegler ruling, which seemed to put protesters' human rights above our human rights, above the human rights of people to go from A to B. They're all things that in a parliamentary democracy, the House of Commons should be able to deal with. The police, the criminal justice system should be able to deal with. We don't have to give these guys the propaganda victory of comparing them to Islamic State. It's silly.
We heard from the Prime Minister the new bill coming through will give police additional powers. What do you see as the impact of that bill?
There's some positive things in there, clamping down on people going equipped to lock themselves, chain themselves to railings and various apparatus that they've developed. Carrying that to demonstrations, I think, is going to be an offence, so that's good. But and the public order bill won't work unless it addresses this Ziegler ruling, addresses this human rights issue, and unless we see some reform to the instructions the police are given. Now, what's encouraging is actually probably in the past 2 to 3 weeks, the police did seem to discover their mojo a little bit, and the criminal justice system also. So we're beginning to see people being arrested on the way to disrupt the M25. We've seen that the protests cleared much more quickly, and we've also seen people being remanded in custody who are repeat offenders. Now, all of those things should have happened earlier, but there is some sign of progress, and I don't think Gareth Johnson MP noted that.
Thanks very much for your input. That's Dr. Paul Stott, Head of Security and Extremism at the Policy Exchange think tank.